Hi, I just wanted to make a brief YouTube video telling you what's going to be coming ahead and just sort of giving you a few comments. Okay, so today is Friday, October 31st, and you just have to submit a topic or a sentence outline. And to me, an outline is pretty much invaluable when you're writing because it gives you something to follow, it gives you a template. I mean, when you're doing a speech or a presentation, an outline really is very, very, advantageous. It does make a difference. So that's what's coming due for today. And then I just wanted to mention as the coming weeks for the Friday, November the 7th, you have to do a summary of 10 ways men and women communicate differently. And they're about 750 to 1,000 words, 2 to 3 double-spaced type pages. It's really very well done because it does look at how, I know with my own mother, like, and she has a lot of female friends, that women are, they talk a lot about their issues or a lot of, my mother as far as like what's happening with the family and some of our other female friends as far as what's happening with them and their families. And so they spend a good deal of time thinking through and solving, the problems or issues and so on. Because, a very, very good example is one of my mother's friends. Her daughter was killed in an automobile accident. And very sadly, too, that the mother and some family members were visiting a relative, and they were standing on the front porch, and here the daughter went for a ride in a Jeep that didn't have a top on it, and I don't know if the daughter had on a seatbelt, but the male driver was going too fast, and this daughter was ejected and killed. And so, but my mom said that it really kind of helped that everybody in the group talk through it and spend some time with her. And you can't change the situation, but you have a much more connected overview or understanding. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but you get the idea. I think men sometimes, as the author says, are more problem oriented. My wife told me last year, she said that she's frustrated because she can't get everything done that she has to do around the house, and she wishes she could get more done in a day. My response was wake up an hour earlier. And she said, I didn't want you to tell me the solution. I just wanted you to listen to the problem. Um, so I kind of learned from that one. But that's what that really sort of talks about is the differences between men and women in communicating. And truly, there are differences. One point in reading some of the essays in our book, there were some essays that were related to quiz one. There are quite a few women leading that are CEOs of companies. Probably in the near future we'll have a female president of the United States, but many senators, judges, people in all walks of life. And it's good for women to have that feminine side, but women in those positions also have to be pretty tough and deal with some difficult problems. And so I think this essay looks at that as well as far as the toughness of women. Anyhow, so that's what's due for the 7th. For the 14th, you need to do a rough draft of the research paper. Make sure to try to use at least 4 to 5 sources, though, when you're doing that first draft. I don't want you just to sort of put things together really quickly. I'd like you to practice developing some sources at least. And, as long as you can get to about 4 pages, I really want to see your introduction and start of the body of the paper. And so that's basically what I'm looking for on that particular date. And when you do the that first draft, you're just going to post it to the discussion board. You can type it in, or you can put it in as a Word document. Either way is okay. And then just the last item that I wanted to mention on this video is that there's quiz 2 will be due for the 21st, and so that one is 20 questions. and they're all pretty much straightforward on, how do you do longer quotes in a paper. If you take out a part of a quote, if you add bold or italics to a quote, what do you do with that? So it's all pretty much in your handbook. I would strongly encourage you to keep that writing research papers handbook. I told you this before. When I was in college many years ago, I in fact used that handbook, and so it's been around on the market for quite a few years. And so I would encourage you to keep that. And the same thing too, if you happen to keep your writing or your the Lester Fagley one, the handbook for college writing, the Brief Penguin Handbook. That's actually a good one to have around. I'm looking on my bookshelf. There's also a really good a book called HOW, the Handbook for Office Workers, which is a good one if you ever own a business. And they also have there's one that Prentice Hall does, that's the Prentice Hall Guide to like workplace writing. But any kind of handbook is very, very helpful to have. So as we move forward, as we go closer to the end of the semester, if you ever have something you're working on you want me to look at, send it to me, and then I'll give you some comments and send it back to you, and that's better for both of us. So that's it. Just wanted to say hello.